Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your love reading for October 2019. So if you are a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this reading is for you. And if you happen to be on the cusp of, let's say you're a Scorpio slash Sagittarius, or maybe you're a Sagittarius, Capricorn, or slash Capricorn, you may want to watch my Scorpio video as well as my Capricorn video when I get Capricorn's video out. I haven't made it yet. To see if they also resonate with you. These are general readings, so they're not going to resonate with everyone. If you find that this reading does not resonate with you, you can go ahead and watch my other videos that maybe you should check your moon sign or rising sign or Venus sign, okay? So if you would like your own personal reading, all my links are down below in the description box, okay? So Sagittarius, after shuffling and concentrating on you, I drew the Ace of Coins, the Six of Wands reversed, the Page of Swords, the Sphinx, the Tower card, the Child card, and this card, which I'll start with right now. I'm kind of using these as maybe what's the theme of what's going on this month for you, or maybe the advice that you need to hear, okay? And these are my Romance Angel cards. I started to incorporate these in each love reading. So you can clearly see it says, let go of control issues, all right? And at the bottom it says, allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay, so maybe that's, and by the way, when I was shuffling this deck, it just like popped, it like flew out. Normally I just wait till some cards drop out, and that one just flew out of the middle. It was very weird. Okay, so definitely was shouting to tell you guys, let go of control issues, all right? And control issues are usually based on, fears that others may not live up to your expectations. So some of you may be dealing with trust issues this month. Maybe this means that you feel you should take charge of a situation. But perhaps this month for October, you shouldn't, okay? It's just not that time. It's not the time. All right, Sagittarius. This also advises you to maybe stop trying to control how maybe a new relationship will develop or how you will meet a new love. Okay, some of you are trying to manifest new love in your life. That could be also what it's saying. And maybe if you are in a marriage or commitment, this is the same advice for you. Maybe it's now not the time to pursue any type of controlled gestures or anything like that. Okay, and I understand you guys, because even though I'm a Cancer sun, my rising and moon are both Sagittarius. Okay, we have control issues, and so does Cancers. Oh yes, so I feel you guys, okay? I'm not a controlling person though, but we like to be right, and we like to give advice and all of that good stuff, right? So let's take a look at the Ace of Coins here. And all aces usually refer to new beginnings, okay? This ace is something being offered. It's earth sign energy. Some of you might be dealing with an earth sign. That's not important, okay? But in general, this is all about the solid, the real, something physical. Think of the tangible, etc. Okay? The aces are often, or this ace I often see as seeds being planted. Okay, and the Ace of Coins here shows me that there is or could be a potential of a new relationship becoming something more, or basically what I was trying to say is an existing relationship that may become something more. Maybe it's to become more of a potential to become more grounded, okay, and maybe more physical. For example, if you have already known someone for a while, maybe you just started getting to know this person and it's been more of all talk, no action. Maybe you haven't met in person, for example, or maybe you just haven't actually went out on a date. Okay, maybe you have met in person and you've hung out, but there's no physical love being or happening at the moment. That could be one of the meanings of this card showing up here today. And then we have the Six of Wands, which the Six of Wands upright generally means victory. Okay, it also means accomplishments. It can mean acknowledgement, seeking validation, getting lots and lots of attention, or at least I see it this way. Okay, others noticing you more. But when it's reversed, like it is for you guys today, someone might have expected or will soon expect to be cheered on. Okay. Or still wants attention, but didn't feel that they are receiving it, okay? Think of kind of like a toddler that throws a temper tantrum when mommy or daddy is not giving them attention. Just a little heads up, I'm not really seeing a big temper tantrum happen here, but what I'm getting with these two cards, which I'll talk about this one in a second, without this card, just these two cards alone tells me that, someone's not paying any attention to me, all right? That's one of the meanings, okay? I give many meanings if you're new to my channel. All right, so it's like what I said, someone wanting that response or attention and showed some sort of offer. Maybe that's what happened here, especially with the Ace of Coins. And maybe this, but it doesn't or it didn't come out as they expected it to. All right, what else do I get here? So someone may not be ready just yet, for the next step in a relationship, or that one of you isn't ready for a solid commitment, or maybe some of you are. Maybe some of you are ready for a commitment, but maybe you're not ready to get married. Maybe somebody wants to get married, but again, he's upside down facing this way. So even though I'm not seeing this as past, present, future, I'm kind of reading this as a whole, what's coming up this month, or maybe this is already past, but I'm reading them all three together in a sense. There's no past, present, future. Okay, so he's still looking this way. And we usually like to see when things are moving forward to be upright or basically looking that way, or that's how I read them anyway. So it's kind of like someone going backwards with, or maybe they went backwards with the word. Here's another meaning right here. Okay, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do all of this for you. Well, maybe this person didn't mean to promise you everything, but at the same time, they just were flaky about it. Maybe this is you or the other person. So someone might have went out of their word, and now the other person is looking into why. Or maybe it's kind of like that, you know, that joke where they make fun of women or wives that keep tabs on everything someone said. Like, oh really? I'm gonna go back in my messages like 5 months ago and I'm gonna show you that exact screenshot where you said you were gonna do this. That's kind of like what could be happening here. Like, well, you said you were gonna do this, even if it's not about a commitment. This could be anything. Okay, that's just one of the meanings, for example. So, and you know, it's fine. It's just basically someone kind of going, really? Well, you told me, because I'm not seeing a lie. I'm not seeing lying. It's just, I feel like that's a good thing. I'm not seeing someone lie, but maybe this person or you or this other person is making too many promises you really can't keep. And so the other person is taking offense to that, really looking into and remembering, and men can do it too. It's not just women. That's just my little joke there, because we are known to have, or what is the joke that's used against us all the time? Women have selective memories. Well, in this case, somebody, whoever it is, whatever gender, has that selective memory going on here this month, okay? So just be aware of that. That's one of the meanings here. But like I said, someone may not be in general ready for a long-term commitment. Maybe they're dating you, and maybe this person really doesn't want to date anyone else. They're just scared because maybe I need to make more money first. You know, we do have the card that sometimes can represent money, because after all, most of the pentacles in general are more associated with money than any other suit, okay? So we do have someone that might go back on their word because maybe they feel like until they have enough money to give or provide, they really don't want to make any commitments in general, but they are still willing to stick it out with you, okay? Because I'm gonna say this up front now, in case you guys are wondering, I'm not really seeing any breakups here. Okay, and some of you that might be familiar with the Lenormand, sometimes the Tower can be associated with separations, but I'm not seeing that really with the Child, which I'll get to these after. Okay, I go to these last. So I'm just cutting to the chase. I'm not seeing a breakup here or a divorce or anything like that. So you can breathe a sigh of relief if that's what you're worried about. Of course, some of you might still, okay, we're not 100% accurate, but that's what I'm not seeing that yet, okay? Not this month anyway. All right, what I also get here from these three cards, you or this other person may have or will try to impress the other person with something material, or trying to impress them with their finances, like look how much I make, or look what kind of car I have, or or just kind of looking really good. Maybe they wear the latest fashions. Maybe they're very high maintenance. It doesn't matter the gender, which isn't bad, but this person takes a lot of pride in how they look and what they do. Or maybe they take a lot of pride in how they would like to be. Maybe they're just really working on themselves at the moment. And so they're trying to really impress this other person. But the problem here is, yet the person that they tried to impress, they didn't or won't seem to be interested or impressed at all. Or maybe someone feels that the other person cares more about money or material possessions, and that's something the other person may not be able to compete with. It's like whoever's trying to impress who, the person that they're trying to impress, that person's not easily impressed. They don't care about what you're wearing. They don't care about the latest fashions. This person might be very humble. This person might be very, what is that word I'm looking for? Down to earth, right? And again, this is that earth energy. So this person may not really give a damn if you drive a Mercedes-Benz, or if you have a Viper, or if you have $2 million in your bank, or if you own a mansion. This person may not care, but maybe someone here is trying to impress them with this, and they don't really care. And so it's like no matter what they're doing, the other person isn't really caring. And maybe that's making the other person feel underappreciated, or maybe it's making them feel like, if you are together, let's say maybe they're suspecting as if your partner is betraying you, even if they aren't. And I say this because of the Page of Swords, which generally means, by the way, pages are often about messengers, or that someone is keeping an eye on the other person, possibly to stir the pot, and then waiting and listening to see what the results will be, for example, okay? And the swords, as you know, are also about intellect often. Okay, and sometimes pages in general are about facing a certain situation for the first time. So whatever someone is dealing with this month, perhaps this is something that hasn't happened before, about the need to impress someone. Maybe this person recently came into a lot of money, or recently had a very high confidence. Maybe they lost a lot of weight. Maybe maybe all their lives they've been so insecure, and they always felt like the ugly duckling. And all of a sudden they've worked so hard to be successful. They worked so hard to get that rock hard body, or that really good, or lose 50 pounds, etc., 100 pounds. And they've worked so hard to turn their life around. Maybe they used to do drugs. And so they're expecting more than they bargained for, or maybe, and although that's still wonderful what they did, and there's nothing wrong with being rich or being wealthy, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that here, but maybe what this person has done, maybe they were kind of over fantasizing that they could get anybody they wanted if they just only had that body, or if they just only had that hairstyle, or that car, you know what I mean? So, and it's not working with the person that they are trying to impress. So that might be a problem here. So someone could be dealing with having, novel thoughts, seeing things in a different light, maybe seeing aspects of what they never imagined that were there before, for example. And what could be happening here is someone, I want to say someone may let their guard down also. This is a different meaning, by the way. I always jump to different meanings just in case. If I go from one thing to another, all of a sudden, that's just another meaning I'm throwing in there. So like what I was saying, someone might actually let their guard down all of a sudden just to see or test if it makes a difference. And maybe to see how the other person reacts. Or maybe this is where someone steps down as a leader in this relationship to see how it goes, if they feel they want the other person to lead, maybe. Because after all, we do have the Six of Wands reversed here. So that could be another possibility. And for others, this can mean a secret admirer. Oh yeah. Especially with the Page of Swords showing up here. But if for some of you or for most of you, I feel this person is normally popular or not very shy naturally. Like normally they're not. Normally they're very, what is the word? Extroverted. They're very social. I feel like this person is very social. It's like this person is pretty used to having who they want. This person is used to using their charm to easily persuade others. But it's like, it doesn't work with you. Kind of like what I was saying before, the person that's trying to impress. But I did make a difference there. Maybe, like I said earlier, maybe for some of you, they weren't used to getting who they wanted. They thought building their successful empire business was gonna make everybody want them, or having that body was going to make that. But this is a different meaning. So maybe this person just always got everything handed to them. They always had good looks. They never really had to work for it. Or maybe they did, but maybe in general, they're just not used to getting turned down or rejected. They're used to asking women on a date, and they always say yes. They never get turned down at all. But it still doesn't work, or vice versa, whoever it is, okay? Even if this is someone you know, okay? So maybe this is someone you know. And when I'm talking about this, I keep hearing that song. Who sings that song? Where she says, that doesn't impress me much. Shania Twain, yes. Okay, so think of that song. Because I'm picking up on that as I talk about this. But that's kind of like what could be also going on here this month for you. It's like this person realizes they have to work harder for you unless you're the person trying to do the impressing, okay? And maybe they have money, and maybe they already have a nice body, good looks, but that's not all the other person cares about. The other person wants pizzazz. The other person wants passion. The other person wants romance. They want sensitivity. They want someone to open their heart to them. They don't give a shit if you own a 3,000 square foot house or 5,000 square foot house. They don't care if you have an expensive car, okay? They don't care if you've been in magazines. They don't care if you've been, like I said, there's a very down-to-earth, humble type person versus someone that's very extroverted and possibly, or maybe they're not totally extroverted, but maybe they're used to getting attention, or they're used to getting men or women easily because of their good looks. And maybe there's nothing wrong with their personality, but maybe they go too overboard or too far and beyond with assuming this is what people want out of them, when the one they actually really want is totally opposite from them. So there could be some sort of opposites of attracting this month for some of you. All right. Ooh, a lot of energy there. So like I said, the person that the other person is trying to impress, you might know this person, and they may want something more of what they already like and see about the other person, except, for example, you want them to be who you know they can be, but they are trying to impress you the wrong way. And the page could be you or them, really. Or maybe the page could be showing that one of you is looking into how to improve themselves or this relationship. Okay, maybe you're with this person already. Really studying and really being curious about what to do or how to trigger a reaction or trigger a response. All right. Another issue I am seeing is something doesn't unfold or come into fruition because of he said, she said type of gossip or drama that happens this month as well. Okay. Or some kind of message or response that was taken the wrong way. And we do have the Sphinx card. All right, which actually shows right here, choose your words carefully, okay? That's what the Sphinx is all about, okay? Which basically shows me that someone needs to be careful or mindful about what they say, or very careful about how they say something. Because what I also see here could be that someone's confidence is blown over. due to what someone says or accidentally says. So this could be separate from someone trying to impress the other person. For those of you who are not dealing with a person like that or not trying to impress anyone so much, someone could say the wrong thing. So keep this in mind, okay? And maybe this is about a mix-up with assumptions going on. So also take note of that. All right, so now we're going to get to the Tower and the Child card. Okay, so the Tower generally represents walls of defense. It can mean boundaries, governments, authority, experts, something like a clear view, or sometimes a clear view. And the Child card actually has to do with an actual child or innocence. Sometimes new beginnings or something small. Think of a child, something small. So usually when I have the Tower and the Child card together, it kind of tells me that there might be some distance from a new, or trying to distance themselves from a new relationship that's trying to develop. It's not that they don't want this new relationship, but remember what I saw here. Somebody wants to begin something, but then you have two cards following after. So when you have the Tower and the Child, well, there is still a new beginning that wants to come into play here, but the Tower is sort of blocking it. Although it's not like the Mountain card is more of a blockage, but sometimes the Tower can be used in the same context, okay? So maybe someone is being very defensive in a very childish way. Maybe that's what could be going on here. Or it could be someone is not respecting someone's boundaries due to immaturity. And remember, maybe that's something that's going on here. Remember what I said in the very beginning, someone's throwing a fit because they're not getting that attention they want. So these two cards also can show a lack of emotional support. So for some of you, there may still continue to be some issues that linger for the rest of this month. But again, I'm not seeing this as huge problems, more like minor irritable problems, okay? And you know, one thing I'm gonna pick up here, because I kind of saw this in the beginning, but I didn't mention it yet, I forgot to, because just glancing at them, mainly because of these two cards as well, and this card too. One of the meanings, and this could be very rare, so it may only resonate with a couple of you, all right? But sometimes the Tower and Child together shows someone possibly standing out as the father of a child. And if we take a look at all three of the tarot cards as well, and the Sphinx, I have a feeling that one of the meanings I was missing or overlooked here is there could be that someone this month finds out that they are not the father of a child that they thought they were. All right, so any of you guys getting DNA tests, I'm not saying all of you are not the father. I'm not Maury Povich, but maybe, like I said, that's one of the meanings, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. But overall, there could be a temporary detachment, okay? Or just a waiting period. Like, okay, we need to wait or start all over again. Okay, so let's start all over again. Remember, there is a new beginning. But again, this is not a total disaster type reading here. All right, like I said, this is more, besides the child issue or someone not being the father, that is a little bit serious. But besides that issue and being careful with your words, I don't see too much craziness, just a little bit of more of a minor thing. So we will see what November brings for you, Sagittarius, okay? So anyhow, that's what I have for you. As always, thank you for listening to me. And again, if you would like your own personal reading, all my links are down below. And as always, I will see you guys on my next video.